if I'd be a fool, 'cause I finally found someone who really cares. You held my hand when it was cold, when I was lost, you took me home. You gave me hope when I was at the end, and turned my life back into truth again. You even called me friend. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me. You needed me. You needed me. You needed me.
There ain't no chain strong enough to hold me, ain't no breeze big enough to slow me. I never have seen a river that's too wide. There ain't no jail tight enough to lock me, ain't no man big enough to stop me. I'll be there if you ever want me by your side. So love me if you're ever gonna love me. I never have seen a road too rough to ride. There ain't no chain strong enough to hold me, ain't no breeze big enough to slow me. I'll be there if you ever want me by your side. There ain't no rope stout enough to bind me. Look for me, honey, you will find me any old time you're ready with your charm. I'll be here ready and awaiting. There won't be any hesitating. I'll be there if you ever want me in your arms. So love me if you're ever gonna love me. I never have seen a road too rough to ride. There ain't no chain strong enough to hold me, ain't no breeze big enough to slow me out.
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman, giving all your love to just one man. You'll have bad times and he'll have good times, doing things that you don't understand. But if you love him, you'll forgive him, even though he's hard to understand. a man. Stand by your man. Give him 2 arms to cling to and something warm to come to when nights are cold and lonely. Stand by your man and show the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your man. Stand by your man and show the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Stand by your
Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Oh, crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for crying and crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
Whenever I chance to meet some old friends on the street, they wonder how does a man get to be this way. I've always got a smiling face, anytime and any place. And every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Though people may try to guess the secret of our happiness, but some of them never learn that it's a simple thing. The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a man in love, and the answer is in this song that I always sing. you've got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think about her when you're gone. Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home.
North Carolina, way back in the hill, lived my old pappy and he had him still. He brewed a white lightning till the sun went down. Then he'd fill him a jug and he'd pass it around. Mighty, mighty pleasing, pappy's corn squeezing. Shh, ooh, what lightning. Well, a team in a river nurse too, searching for a place where he made his brew. They were looking, trying to book him, but my pappy kept a cooking. Shh, ooh, what lightning. Well, I asked my old pappy why he called his brew White Lightning did a Mountain Dew. I took a little sip and right away I knew, as my eyes bugged out and my face turned blue. Lightning started flashing, thunder started clashing. Ooh, what lightning. Well, a team in the river nurse too, searching for a place where he made his brew. They were looking, trying to book him, but my pappy kept a cooking. What lightning. Slicker came and he said, I'm tough. I think I want to taste that caramel stuff. He took one slug and he drank it on down, and I heard him a moaning as he hit the ground. Mighty, mighty pleasing, your Baptist corn squeezing. Ooh, what lightning. Well, a team in the river nurse too, searching for a place where he made his brew. They were looking, trying to book him, but my pappy kept a cooking. What lightning.
I want to tell you all a story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. And she said, Mama, got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. Well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dresses way too high. It's reported you've been drinking and running round with men and going wild. And we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way. And it was signed by the Secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. And they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt into the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can still recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. And Mrs. Taylor sure seems to use a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades off or completely down? Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. Tell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you have the nerve to tell me you think that as a mother I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton place, and you're all Harper Valley hypocrites. No, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. It happened just this way. The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA. The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA.
Everybody's going out and having fun. Just a fool that stayed home having none. Can't get over how she's setting it free. Oh, lonesome me. A bad mistake I'm making by just hanging around. I know that I should have some fun, paint the town. A lovesick fool is blind and just can't see. But she's not like me. She's out and fancy free. She's flirting with the boys with all her charm. I still love her so, and brother, don't you know, I'd welcome her right back here in my arms. Well, there must be some way I can lose these lonesome blues. Forget about the past and find me somebody new. Thought of everything there to see. I'll bet she's not like me. She's out and fancy free. She's a flirting with a boy with all her charm. I still love her so, and brother, don't you know, I'd welcome her right back here in my arms. There must be some way I can lose these lonesome blues. Forget about the past and find me somebody new. Thought of everything there to see. Oh, lonesome me. Oh, lonesome me. Oh, lonesome me.
the tip of the door, Spontanos, the joint is buzzing. The kinfolks come to see, bonded by the dozen. They all dress in style, go hog wild with me, oh my, oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun down on the bayou. We like jambalaya, the crawfish pie, and the filet gumbo. And tonight I'm gonna find my machetes and meal. Hit guitar and fill fruit jar and be gay, oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou.
And a big carnation. I'm all dressed up for the dance. A white sport coat and a big carnation. I'm all alone in romance. Once you told me long ago, they do that all the time. To the prom with me you go. Now you change your mind, it seems. Someone else will hold my dreams. A white sport coat and a pink carnation. And a blue, a white sport coat and a big carnation. I'm all dressed up for the dance. A white sport coat and a big carnation. I'm all alone in romance. Once you told me long ago, to the prom with me you'd go. And now you've changed your mind, it seems. Someone else will hold my dreams. A white sport coat and a big carnation. And a
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me in Rose's Cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting a spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind. Dashing and daring to drink, he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger I challenged his rightful love of this maiden. Down went his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. The handsome young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, shocked for the foul evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance and that was to run. Out through the back door of Roses I ran, out where the horses were tied. I caught a good one, it looked like it could run, up on its back and away I did ride. Just as fast as I could from the West Texas town of El Paso, out to the Badlands of New Mexico. From out of nowhere symphony of goodbye.
Well, in 1814 we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon, then we took a little beans, then we caught the bloody British in the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we looked down the river and we see the British come, and they must have been 100 of them beating on a drum. They stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood beside our cotton bales and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Hickory said we could take them by surprise if we didn't fire muskets till we looked them in the eye. We held our fire till we see their faces well. We opened up our squirrel drums and really gave them well. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. On down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we fired our cannon till the barrel melted down. So we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round. We filled his head with cannonballs and powdered his behind. When we touched the powder off, the gator lost his mind. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch him. On down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I tried so hard, my dear, to show that you're my every dream. Yet you're afraid each thing I do is just some evil scheme. A memory from your lonesome past keeps us so far apart. Why can't I free your doubt for mine and melt your cold, cold heart? Another love before my time made your heart sad and blue. So now my heart is paying for things I didn't do. In anger, unkind words are said. They make the teardrops start. Why can't I free your doubt for mine and melt your cold, cold heart? You'll never know how much it hurts to see you sit and cry. You know you need and want my love, yet you're afraid to try. Why do you run and hide from life? To try it just ain't smart. Why can't I free your doubt for mine and melt your cold, cold heart? There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me, but now I know your heart is shackled to
down for mine and melt your cold, cold heart. Thank you very much. I'd like to do a song now about a man who got tired of his wife fighting with him all the time, so he wrote her a little song. It's called Long Gone Daddy. Well, all you wanna do is sit around and pout. Now I got enough and gal, I'm stepping out. Well, I'm leaving now. Leaving now. I'm leaving now. Leaving now. But I'm a long gone daddy, I don't need you anyhow. I've been in the doghouse so doggone long. When I get a kiss, I think that something's wrong. Well, I'm leaving now. Leaving now. I'm leaving now. Leaving now. Lord, I'm a long gone daddy, I don't need you anyhow. Long gone daddy. I'll go find a gal that wants to treat me right. You go get yourself a man that wants to fight, 'cause I'm leaving now. Leaving now. I'm leaving now. Leaving now. Lord, I'm a long gone daddy, I don't need you anyhow. You set your jaws a wagging and you never stop. You never shut your mouth until I blow my top. Well, I'm leaving now. Leaving now. I'm leaving now. Leaving now. Lord, I'm a long gone daddy, I don't need you anyhow. Long gone daddy.
I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz. I remember the night and the Tennessee waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee I fall to pieces each time I see you again. I fall to pieces. How can I be just another man. You want me to forget, pretend we've never kissed. And I've tried, but I haven't yet. You walk by and I fall to pieces. I fall to pieces each time someone speaks your name. I fall to pieces. Time only adds to the flame. You tell me to find someone else to love, someone who loved me too, the way you used to do. But each time I go out with someone new, you walk by and I fall to pieces. You walk by and I fall to pieces.
Patsy, bless your little heart.
Oh, please release me, let me go. I don't love you anymore. To live together is a sin. Release me and let me love again. Our steel guitar player comes from Round Rock, Texas, Jim Lawsburg. Dear, and I'll always want her near. Her lips are warm while yours are cold. Release me, darling, let me go. Strings, ladies and gentlemen. So please release me, let me go. I don't love you anymore. Together is a sin. Release me and let me love again. release me and let me love again. Thank you. How blue ain't the word for the way that I feel, and the storms brewing in this heart of mine. This ain't no crazy dream, I know that it's real. You're someone else's love now, you're not mine. Crazy arms that reach to hold somebody new, for my yearning heart keeps saying you're not mine. My troubled mind knows soon to another you'll be wed, and that's why I'm lonely all the time. Heartache number one was when you left me. I never knew that I could hurt this way. And heartache number two was when you came back again. You came back and never meant to stay. Now I've got heartaches by the numbers, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the numbers, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting,
will make you weep. He'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell you. Your cheating heart will pine someday and crave the love you threw away. The time will come when you'll be blue. Your cheating heart will tell you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you.
Turn me loose, Jim.
Four walls to hear me. Four walls
that didn't. Of course, it's been one of my favorites for a long time, ever since it sold about 12 million records. I was waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced him to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. Dean, you're on the ball. Put your sweet lips a little closer. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low, and you can tell your friend there with you he'll have to go.
Here tonight, the jukebox playing the tune about the wild side of life. As I listen to the words you are saying, it brings memories when I was a trusting wife. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you said in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. That has caused many a good girl to go wrong.
Heartache number one was when you left me. I never knew that I could hurt this way. And heartache number two was when you come back again. You came back and never meant to stay. Now I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number three was when you called me and said that you was coming back to stay. With hopeful heart I waited for your knock on the door. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Now I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. sing. Broke my wheel, what a thrill. Good and courageous, with balls of fire. I left it love, I thought it was funny. Come along and move me, honey. Change my mind, love is fine. Good and courageous, with balls of fire. It's me, baby. It feels good. Why don't you hold me, baby? Let me love you like a lover should. You're fine, so kind. I'll tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. I chew my nails, I whipple my thumb. Getting nervous, but it sure is fun. Come on, baby, drive me crazy. Good and courageous, with balls of fire. You're fine, you're so kind. And tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. I chew my nails, I whipple my thumb. Getting nervous, but it sure is fun. Come on, baby, you drive me crazy. Good and courageous, with balls of fire. Yeah.
Rolling down the track means that two loving daddy ain't coming back, and I'm moving on. You were flying too high for my little old sky, so I'm moving on. That big loud whistle is a blue and blues, that hello to the Southland, we're coming to you, and we're moving on. We're rolling on. You hit the laugh on me, but I'm set here free, and I'm moving on. But it's swagging out. Mr. Fireman, won't you please listen to me? 'Cause I got a pretty mama in Tennessee. Keep moving me on. Keep rolling on. Now the shovel, the coal, this rattle, the roll, and keep moving me on. Mr. Engineer, take the throttle in hand. This rattle of the fastest in the southern land. Keep moving me on. Keep rolling on. You're gonna ease my mind, put me there on time, and keep rolling on. Now, Dick, baby, from time to time, but you just wouldn't listen or pay me no mind. Oh, I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. You've broken your vow and it's all over now, so I'm moving on. You've switched your engine, I ain't got time for a driving woman on my main line, 'cause I'm moving on. Done your daddy wrong. I've won it twice and you can settle the price, 'cause I'm moving on. Kate Roberts now. On Sunday, baby, when you had to play, you're gonna watch the daddy, but your daddy will say, keep moving on. Stayed away too long. I'm through with you too bad, you're blue, keep moving on.
Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? Well, I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing ain't right without you. You got me singing the blues. The moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone. cry over you. Well, I never felt more like running away, but why should it go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. The moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone, I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you. Well, I never felt more like running away, but why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. Since you've gone, the moon, the sun, the stars in the sky know the reason why I cry. Love divine once was mine. Now you've gone. Now you've gone. Since you've gone, my heart, my lips, my tear-dimmed eyes, a lonely soul within me cries. I acted smart, broke your heart. Now you've gone. Now you've gone. Oh, what I'd give for the life I've wasted, the love that I've tasted. I was wrong. Now you've gone. Now you've gone. Oh, what I'd give for the life I've wasted, the love that I've tasted. I was wrong. Now you've gone. Now you've gone. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8 by 12 4-bit room. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. Third boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Whoa, worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found, short but not too big around. And I'm a man with means, by no means king of the road. And I know every engineer on every train, all of the children and all of their names, and every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cent sign. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8 by 12 4-bit room. And I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. The king of the road. The king of the road.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3. Didn't leave very much to my ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that my daddy ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. He must have thought that it was quite a joke and it got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd turn red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. But I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roam from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars. I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that give me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I'd just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother'd had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold. I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. Then I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the walls into the street, kicking and a gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, but I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Now, son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that helped to make you strong. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the that named you Sue." What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him a pa and he called me son. I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a boy, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, anything but Sue. I still hate that name. What a dirty thing to do to a boy. Name him Sue. Sue.
See the tree, how big it's grown, but friend, it hasn't been too long. It wasn't big. I laughed at her and she got mad. The first day that she planted it was just a twig. Then the first snow came and she ran out to brush the snow away so it wouldn't die. Came running in all excited, slipped and almost hurt herself, and I laughed till I cried. She was always young at heart, kinda dumb and kinda smart, and I loved her so. And I surprised her with a puppy, kept me up all Christmas Eve 2 years ago. And it would sure embarrass her when I came in from working late, 'cause I would know that she'd been sitting there and crying over some sad and silly late show. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could. She wrecked the car and she was sad and so afraid that I'd be mad, but what the heck? Though I pretended hard to be, guess you could say she saw through me and hugged my neck. I came home unexpectedly and caught her crying needlessly in the middle of the day. And it was in the early spring when flowers bloom and robins sing, she went away. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could. One day while I was not at home, while she was there and all alone, the angels came. Now all I have are memories of honey, and I wake up nights and call her name. Now my life's an empty stage where honey lived and honey played and love grew up. And a small cloud passes overhead and cries down the flower bed that honey loved. And see the tree, how big it's grown, but friend, it hasn't been too long, it wasn't big. And I laughed at her and she got mad. The first day that she planted it was just a twig.
Pardon me if I don't say hello. I belong to another. It wouldn't look so good to know someone I'm not supposed to know. Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet. Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet. It'll turn around here. In a dimly lit corner at a place outside of town, tonight we'll try to say goodbye again. But I know it's not over. We didn't rehearse. I'll call tomorrow night. I can't let you go, so why pretend? Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet. Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet. Oh.
This is Buck. You gotta do this one, man. You gotta do this one. What are they gonna do when they retire?
They're gonna put me in the movies. Well, now they're gonna make a big star out of me. And we'll make a scene about a man that's sad and lonely. That's me. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I'll bet you I'm gonna be a big star. me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. Well, I hope you'll come to see me in the movie. Then I know that you're gonna plainly see, yeah, the biggest fool that's ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally. All right, Don. Well, we'll make the scene about a man that's sad and lonely. What's that? And a begging down upon his bended knees. Yeah, and I'll play the part, but I won't need rehearsing. All I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I'll bet you I'm gonna be a big star. I might win an Oscar, you can't never tell. The movies are gonna make me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. Well, I hope you come to see me in the movie. Then I know that you're gonna plainly see, yeah, the biggest fool that's ever hit the big time. All I gotta do is act naturally. 2, 3, 4, all I gotta do is act naturally.
Jack, you're taller than I am, and turn it over to you, okay?
Thank you, sir. There goes my only possession. There goes my everything. I hear footsteps slowly walking as they gently walk across a lonely floor, and a voice is softly saying, darling, this will be goodbye forevermore. There goes my reason for living. There goes the one of my dreams. There goes my only possession. There goes my everything. As my memory turns back the pages, I can see the happy years we had before. Now the love that kept this old heart beating has been shattered by the closing of a door. There goes my reason for living. There goes the one of my dreams. There goes my only possession. There goes my everything. Thank you.
I told Mary about us, told her about our great sin. Mary cried and forgave me, and Mary took me back again. Said if I wanted my freedom, I could be free evermore. But I don't want to be, and I don't want to see Mary cry anymore. Devil woman, let go of me.
Devil woman, let me be and leave me alone. I wanna go home. Mary is waiting and weeping down in our shack by the sea. Even after I've hurt her, Mary's still in love with me. Devil woman, it's over. Trapped no more by your charms. 'Cause I don't wanna stay, I wanna get away. Woman, let go of my arm. Devil woman, let go of me. Devil woman, let me be. Leave me alone, I wanna go home. Running along by the seashore, running as fast as I can. Even the seagulls are happy, glad I'm coming home again. Never again will I ever cause another tear to fall. Down the beach I see what belongs to me, the one I want most of all. Devil woman, don't follow me. That was good. Devil woman, let me be and leave me alone. I wanna go home.
Mighty good boy. Sonny Jim. Mighty good. Mighty good.
Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? Don't they know it's the end of the world? 'Cause you don't love me anymore. Why do the birds go on singing? Why do the stars glow above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love. I wake up in the morning and I wonder why everything's the same as it was. I can't understand, no I can't understand how life goes on the way it does. Why does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye. Why does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye.
Biggest hits. Please help me, I'm falling.
Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. Close the door to temptation. Don't let me walk through. Turn away from me, darling. I'm begging you to. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. I belong to another whose arms have grown cold, but I promise forever to
But when I'm with you, I know that I'm losing the will to be true. Please help me, I'm falling, and that would be sin. Close the door to temptation. Don't let me walk in, for I mustn't want you. But darling, I do. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you.
Galveston, oh Galveston, I still hear your sea winds blowing. I still see her dark eyes glowing. She was 21 when I left Galveston. Galveston, oh Galveston, I still hear your sea waves crashing while I watch the cannons flashing. I clean my gun and dream of Galveston. I still see her standing by the water, standing there looking out to sea. And is she waiting there for me on the beach where we used to run? Galveston, oh Galveston, I dry the tears she's crying, before I watch your seabirds flying in the sun at Galveston, at Galveston.
After all this time, still, you're still on my mind. I love you still. I've lost count of the hours, and I've lost track of the days. In fact, I've lost just about everything since you went away. Everything that is, except the memories you left me. And that's one thing that no one can mar. I don't know who you're with. I don't even know where you've gone. My only hope is that someday you might hear this song, and you'll know that I wrote it especially for you. And I love you wherever you are. Still, after all this time, still, you're still on my mind. I love you still. This flame in my heart is like an eternal fire. For every day it burns hotter, and every day it burns higher. And I haven't been able to put out one little flicker, not even with all of these tears. My friends think I'm crazy. Maybe I am. But I'll carry this torch just as long as I can. For someday, you might just decide to come home. And I want you to know I'm still here. Still, though you broke my heart, still, though we're far apart, I love you still.
Just because I ask a friend about her, just because I spoke her name somewhere, just because I rang her number by mistake today, she thinks I still care. Just because I haunt the same old places where the memory of her lingers everywhere. Just because I'm not the happy guy I used to be, she thinks I still care.
Nobody's ever seen it, but it's got the whole world shook up. It all started with a little bitty kiss and a hug. It's a little bitty teeny weeny thing they call a love bug. Well, I was ruling the roost. I had all the chicks to myself. But then suddenly it happened, a funny little feeling I felt. Well, I tried down to run it, it finally caught up with me. But how could it run something that I can't see? Well, the race is on and here comes pride at the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back. They're trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. Well, I feel tears welling up cold and deep inside, like my heart's sprung a big break. And the stamp of loneliness sharp and painful, but I may never shine. You might say I was taking it hard when you broke me off with a call. But don't you wish that'll hide the sorrow when I'm in brick right down and bald. Whoa, that little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Nobody's ever seen it, but it's got the whole world shook up. It all started with a little bitty kiss and a hug. It's a little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug. Yeah, a little bitty teeny weeny thing they call the love bug.
Back in my younger days, while Mama used to pray my crops would fail. Now I'm a hunted fugitive with just 2 ways: outrun the law or spend my life in jail. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm lonely, but I can't afford the luxury of having one I love to come along. She'd only slow me down, they'd catch up with me. For he who travels fastest goes alone. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm on the run, the highway is my home.
He lay face down in the desert sand, clutching his 6-gun in his hand. Shot from behind, I thought he was dead, for under his heart was an ounce of lead. But a spark still burned, so I used my knife, and late that night I saved the life of Ringo. Ringo, Ringo. I I nursed him till the danger passed. The days went by, he mended fast. And then from dawn till setting sun, he practiced with that deadly gun. And hour on hour I watched in awe. No human being could match the draw of Ringo.
Ringo, Ringo.
One day we rode the mountain crest, and I went east and he went west. I took to law and wore a star, while he spread terror near and far. With lead and blood he gained such fame all through the west, they feared the name of Ringo.
Ringo, Ringo.
I knew someday I'd face the test, which one of us would be the best. And sure enough, the word came down that he was holed up in the town. I left the posse out in the street, and I went in alone to meet Ringo.
Ringo, Ringo.
They said my speed was next to none, but my lightning draw had just begun. When I heard a blast that stung my wrist, the gun went flying from my fist, and I was looking down the bore of the deadly 44 of Ringo.
Ringo, Ringo.
They say that was the only time that anyone had seen him smile. He slowly lowered his gun, and then he said to me, "We're even, friend." So at last I understood that there was still a spark of good in Ringo.
Ringo, Ringo.
I blocked the path of his retreat. He turned and stepped into the street. A dozen guns spit fire and lead. A moment later, he lay dead. The town began to shout and cheer. Nowhere was there shed a tear for Ringo.
Ringo.
The story spread throughout the land that I had beaten Ringo's hand. And it was just the years, they say, that made me put my guns away. But on his grave, they can't explain the tarnished star above the name.
I don't know, but I believe there's something so meant to be, and that to make a better me. Every day I love you. I never thought that dreams come true, but you saw me that day too. You know that I learned something new. Every day I love you. 'Cause I believe that destiny is ours.
the very best. I know that I am truly blessed every day I love you, and I give you my best every day I love you.